60 years ago this week, President John F. Kennedy and his wife toured Texas before his tragic death.
When they were in Houston, they made a historic stop at the Rice Hotel. Anayeli Ruiz takes us back in time to a civil rights milestone.
It's amazing how you have all these pictures.
This night is engraved in the memory of 87-year-old Alex Arroyos.
Definitely, that was the biggest event we ever had.
But to make this visit happen, it took months of work. At the time, Arroyos was 28 years old and a member of LULAC. And when they learned President Kennedy was visiting Houston on his tour through Texas, LULAC sent him an official invitation asking the president to stop by at the LULAC State Directors Ball at the Rice Hotel. And to their surprise, before the trip, they got a call from Secret Service asking them to meet here at the hotel.
We met with them, and that's when they told us that the president would not be able to come into our event.
They said his schedule was just too tight, but they could get a glimpse of the president.
That he was going to stop the elevator, and the elevator door would open, and he's going to wave to the crowd.
But on the day of President Kennedy's visit,
and instead of the door closing, they started coming out one after the other. You know, the president, the First Lady, Lyndon Johnson, Lady Bird. Well, it was kind of hard to believe that it was happening.
Well, I'm glad to be here today.
President JFK addressed the crowd. And then Jackie Kennedy spoke in Spanish.
Estoy muy contenta.
And it really roused up the people. I mean, they couldn't believe that here's the First Lady giving a speech, and her speech was perfect. I mean, she spoke Spanish.
According to Arroyos, the president's visit left everyone on a high. They couldn't believe that for the first time in 3 decades of activism, a sitting president visited their organization. But that would all come crashing down the following day.
President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Kind of hard to believe that, you know, next day he would be dead, and here he is, and we're really entertaining the president.
The day of Kennedy's death, Arroyo visited all the papers in town, asking for photos.
Probably in less than an hour after he was shot, I had a stack of pictures that were taken there that night. So I had them from all 3 newspapers.
And now, for the first time ever, those pictures and those untold stories of that night. They're part of a new exhibit at the Heritage Society in downtown Houston.
To have such optimism for someone, to have so much trust for a president, and then for him to spend 17 minutes with them when initially they were only promised a wave is incredible.
Arroyos' pictures are one of the things on display at this exhibit about the night that meant so much for so many Latinos. Micaela Shelley is the curator.
From the perspective of those that were there, all you get from those is a feeling of validation, respect, and just pure hope and optimism.
A moment in history, a highlight overshadowed by what happened the next day.
It's unbelievable that it happened.
An important part of history indeed. Historians say it was the first time a president addressed a Hispanic American group and officially acknowledged them and the importance of their vote. And tomorrow, to commemorate the 60th anniversary of that moment, the exhibit will be free to everyone. They open at 10 a.m., but Ron and Mia were told that the president of LULAC will be there at around 6 p.m. to address everyone.
That's wonderful. This is a bit of history I think so few of us know, even native Houstonians as well. Anayeli, thank you for sharing this story and the exhibit info too.
That's right.